circle. Everyone, gather round, gather round.
Yeah.
So I don't know if everybody got the quick introductions, but this is Jerry, one of the co-owners of the store, right? Started the store in '97. This is Thor, one of the main marketing guys, is that right? Yeah. And Gall, the head buyer?
I'm head buyer.
Okay.
I want to call everybody's attention to, because I think it's a fairly key point, and I think we tend to lose sight of it. I see it much more as I'm dealing with cover sketches. I want everyone just to take a look at this wall, because not the entirety of this wall, but most of this wall, this is new releases. And so the week when your book comes out, it is sitting, you know, all across this great land of ours in racks exactly like this. Eyeballing the rack from here, it very easily becomes a lot of visual clutter. And the covers that communicate the best are very easy to see from any sort of distance. So that's a worthwhile thing, if nothing else, to take from here that you can actually apply to what we do later on today and tomorrow and Friday. We, editorial, we make the books. And you are essentially the conduit to the end user, the reader. But really, the retailer is the customer. You know, if the retailer doesn't order your book, it doesn't get to the customer. There's no chance of getting to a reader because it's not on those racks with 5,000 other titles. So really, and certainly as we go, anybody has any questions or anything, please interject.
I'm wondering more about the day-to-day, like casual customers who sort of walk in, see Midtown Comics, and they're like, oh, I'll check it out. What are titles, or are there companies that they generally gravitate to? Like, do they look at the racks and say, oh my god, this is really overwhelming? Do you have recommendations? I'm not sure.
Most of the guys on the floor will usually ask them what kind of characters they're interested in, and then based on that, we'll say, oh, this is a really great trade, so, oh, I like the Iron Man movie, so we give them the first Fraction Iron Man trade, and things like that. I mean, pretty much stuff that is guaranteed to be good based on whatever it is that they sort of think they might like.
Well, one crossover question. Do you get a sense that readers want one big one and one only happening at a time? Or do they like, or is it just additive? Here's Shadowland, here's a Hulk event, here's an X-Men event, here's a whatever event. Do they mind that there's smaller events? Do they want a big one, or is it
A big confined event, meaning it's like with the X-Men one, it was very much confined strictly to those to the 8 monthly books plus the bookend books, and that was perfect. And Shadowland just started. There was nothing Civil War.
Right.
So,
yeah, no, that's a small.
Civil War
compared to that stuff.
Yeah, that's a very high bar to compare it to. I mean, yeah.
So something like Civil War, make no mistake, drives people in on the Wednesday. Even people who claim they don't care much about a mainstream comic and they just want some alternative fare or whatever, they come in droves on that Wednesday when there's a Civil War level book out.
Right. Some book to talk about.
It makes a huge difference.
That's the. I mean, I don't know how you guys are, but that's the mixed message I get, is that events. Everyone's sick of events, but
they still drive people in. They still drive people in.
We're honored that you came here to join us, and that you're welcome to do this again.
Well, we appreciate.
We're actually here early every morning.
Okay.
So if you want to do this again, just let us know.
Yeah, I think we'll certainly take you up on that at some point. I think this was very valuable. I appreciate you opening up and
our pleasure.
Letting us come in and you know, share your perspective and your time with us.
All right, guys, thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Marvel, your universe.